room, I will ask that if possible, people drop their requests for performance slots in the Bardic chat channel. Does everyone have access to that? Can everyone see that?
Can you be more I've never done... Oh, wait, Bardic chat. Never mind. I found it.
Okay. That way, I can keep track of requests without having to be constantly going, all right, who wanted to be next? Who wanted to be next? I don't quite know. So let me see if I can. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. That's a voice. The Bardic channel under Arts and Sciences, not the Bardic chat.
Yeah, the
okay.
hashtag Bardic chat. It's just a bit
Got
above our video.
Found it. My apologies, good gentles. All technology has not been incredibly kind to me today. That said, do we have any volunteers to go first, or shall I? Oh, we have a volunteer. I see a raised hand. Jocelyn, please.
All right. Hi, my name is Jocelyn. This isn't really an SCA song. It's more so of a song about math. Do you guys know pi? 3.14159. That? I know about 96 digits of a pi, and there's an entire song about it. Right.
By all means, inform us.
3.14159, this is pi, followed by 2653589, circumference over diameter 79, then 323. OMG, can't you see? 846263, and now we're on a spree. 38 and 32, now we're blue. Oh, who knew? 7,950, and then a 2. 88 and 41, so much fun, now we're right. 9 what 6 19 9 9 and 51. Halfway done. Why 58 now? Don't be late. 209, where's the wine? 74, it's on the floor. Then 94459. 230, we gotta go. 78, we can't wait. 164, 628, we're almost near the M. Keep going. 62, we're getting through. 089, 9 and 10. 8628, 034, there's only a few more. 82, then 53. 42, 11, 7. Oh, it's 67. That's basically the entire song.
That was awesome. Huzzah.
Always marvelous to begin with a little education as well as entertainment.
I hope you don't mind me eating popcorn.
It's okay. It's good to
Nope.
see you. Great performance.
Mute yourself while you're eating.
Right. We don't mind
That
seeing
wasn't
you
me.
eat popcorn. Hearing you might be a little different matter, but all right. I see no requests for the next slot, but I will look out and see if there are any other hands raised in the audience. I see another.
Quick question. So, Tessa and I have done the Red House Bardic before, and I'd asked this previously, but I think you had stepped out of the room. At Red House, they're like very not picky at all about what's done. You know, a lot of it is SCA, but a lot of it's just people singing kind of whatever. And I was kind of curious because we don't really know any SCA songs, but I'm sure Tessa would like to sing something anyway.
Our goal tonight, we want people to have fun. That was the joy, to bring levity and a festive sense. You know, it's the holiday season, and we just wanted people to be happy and to have fun tonight.
I mean, if it goes on long enough, I may end up singing Woad, so you never know what might happen.
Nice.
All right. If there are no other... No. I see a hand raised.
I don't really know a lot of SCA songs either. But I do know one song that I find ratherly enjoyable. Dad, can you please pull up the lyrics on your phone, please?
Sorry. What am I pulling up the lyrics to?
Spider-Man things. Spider-Man. It'll just show up a video, I don't think. I just went through it. Okay. Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man. Is he strong? Listen, bud, he's got radioactive blood. Can he swing from a thread? Take a look overhead. Hey there goes the Spider-Man. In the chill of night, at the scene of a crime. Like a streak of light, he arrived just in time. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Wealth and fame, he's ignored. Action is his reward. To him, life is a great big banger. Wherever there's a hangar, you'll find a Spider-Man.
I seem to recall Plutarch writing of some of those strange human arachnid hybrids dwelling in lands beyond the river of fire. So very, very appropriate. I'm always interested in hearing dispatches from strange and peculiar places. Do I
Super
have
fun.
another volunteer? Well, I beg the assemblage's indulgence then. This is a slight change in tone, but this is the world we live in. And this is in part a response and a recognition of the recent announcement that though we are here together tonight, it will be a bit longer before we are all here together. It's called We Sailed. When we set forth 9 months ago, unsure of where we were set to go, surrounded by things we did not know, we sailed. Looking out on our diverse fleet, unsure if we'd get enough to eat, unsure if we'd see drought or sleet, yet we sailed. We sailed because we had no choice, we could raise no appeal with our voice, unsure when we could next rejoice. Still, we sailed. Past the waves of the unforgiving sea in a small boat, alone or with family, no battle to fight, but to simply be. On we sailed. For a long, long while, with no sight of land, not a single dry place on which to stand, this was not the year on which we'd planned. But we sailed. When the waves were high and the skies were dark, the losses of our flotilla many and stark, straining for every light and spark. Together we sailed. Each boat for itself was never our cry, for that is not how the brave live or die. We struggled and shaped the wind and sky, and onward we sailed. Now we may see that distant shore, where we will leave our boats to moor, and a new life we will explore. Once we sailed. So to the sails and to the masts, we'll sail for as long as our journey lasts, to a future as bright as was our pasts. Together we sail. Thank you all. Anyone care to go next? Wait, I have someone. The Palazzo Giordano has asked a question, and the answer is you can do well, not whatever, but you can do most whatever you wish. And While I cannot play pipes, I love a wee dram, so please. Go
Okay,
ahead.
a lot of people know this, so if you want to sing along at home, it's fine. It's a dram for the piper. It was written by Danny Carnahan many years ago, and honestly, I had 2 copies of his tape that had it, but when he came out with the CD of the same tape, there was this new song on there called "A Dram for the Piper," and without even hearing it, I had to buy the CD because I knew that was going to be a song for us. And so here it goes. Let's see if I can remember all of it. Welcome in, my thirsty fellows. Hang your hats inside the door. If we're only past bursting, then there's surely more. We'll deny the cold of winter. We'll have only song and cheer as we gather here together at the threshold of the year. And here's a dram to warm the piper. Here's a dram to warm the hall. Here's a dram to raise the rafters, and here's long life to you all. Here we've tied the knot as lovers. Here we've raised the toast as friends. Here we've passed along from hand to hand in a dance that never ends. We'll forget about tomorrow. We're protected from it here as we drink our fill together from the tankard of the year. And here's a dram to warm the piper. Here's a dram to warm the hall. Here's a dram to raise the rafters, and here's long life to you all. And here's a dram to warm the piper. Here's a dram to warm the hall. Here's a dram to raise the rafters, and here's long life to you all. And here's a dram to warm the piper. Here's a dram to warm the hall. Here's a dram to raise the rafters, and here's long life to you all. Mute.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, I skipped a verse in there or mashed a couple of them together. I don't remember it all, so it's okay. We got a chorus. Yay!
Thank you very much. And forgive me, I may mispronounce this. Ciela?
So close. Ciela.
Ciela.
Thank you. It's really good to be here with everyone tonight. I'm glad to see everyone's faces. I know that it's been hard for a lot of people. So I appreciate their majesties and our bard for giving us an opportunity to come together this way, even if it is virtual. So I would like to sing a song that I wrote actually this, well, it would have been 2 Great Westerns ago, but it was just last time. We'll call it last Tuesday. And it was written for the Valkyrie Rose tournament. It was the 10th anniversary. And so I created a new song to recognize what the tournament has become. It's called The Rose's Call. I hope you enjoy it. I call to those to whom chivalry is all. I speak in the name of the rose. I call to all whose virtue is as worthy as those whom the Valkyries chose. Hold forth your banner and fight now with honor. Show through your deeds that your worth shall hold true. Let grace be your keyword, faith be your North Star. Always remind your rose why they chose you. Courtesy speaks so much more softly than valor, but deeds hold much more weight than words. Let your sword song ring to honor the roses. Let chivalry be the loud message that is heard. Hold forth your banner and fight now with honor. Show through your deeds that your worth shall hold true. Let grace be your keyword, faith be your North Star. Always remind your rose why they chose you. Those who have left us serve now as examples, shining a light to what's true and what's right. Look to the Valkyries and honor your consort. Prove now your worth with both wisdom and might. Hold forth your banner and fight now with honor. Show through your deeds that your worth shall hold true. Let grace be your key word. Faith be your North Star. Always remind your heroes why they chose you.
That's great.
Thank you.
That's so beautiful. Thank you.
Indeed, thank you. And next on our list, Asa.
It is absolutely lovely to be here with everybody this evening. And have a little bit of change of pace. Ciela, that was absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so much. Little change of pace here on my part. Those of you who have seen Frozen 2 may recognize the tune. I can hear you, but I won't. Some like the heralds, while others don't. There's 1,000 reasons I should get up for the day and hear your announcements, which I wish would go away. Oh, oh yeah. You're just a voice, and you're ringing in my ear, and if I heard you, which I don't, I'm sleeping in, I fear. I haven't had my coffee yet, not opening my eyes. I'm sorry, Morning Herald, but I'm blocking out your cries. I drank too much last night. I'm trying not to spew. The last thing that I need right now is hearing you. Morning Herald cries. Morning Herald cries. Morning Herald cries.
Oops.
Oh, yeah. Won't you move on? 'Cause you're keeping me awake. Are you here to annoy me? That would be a big mistake. Now you're getting louder, coming closer with each cry. Well, with my hangover, I'm just trying not to die. Every minute's getting harder as I hear your volume grow. Oh no, my council meeting now, I have to go. Morning Herald cries. Morning Herald cries. Morning Herald cries. Are they still there? Have they noticed? Are they waiting? Are they so pissed? Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! I almost missed it. Thank God you came by. Next time I'll listen to.
It looks like she disconnected. Oh no.
I have heard in the past that impressive and powerful singers can indeed shatter glass with their voices. Really, the first time I have seen this wonderful means of communication shattered by a beautiful voice. Oh
She
dear.
is just too much.
Or are the heralds out to get her?
Oh no!
All right.
Hey, she's back.
Hi.
We
Yeah,
were scared the
Discord-
heralds got you.
Yeah.
No, Discord just stopped working on me.
Well, it was beautiful.
Thank you. It is very silly, but it brings me joy.
It is very silly.
All right. Karina, would you be willing to sing next? And I have noticed you, Jocelyn. Jocelyn,
Yes.
no fear.
As those of you who know me know that I'm currently living in Drachenwald in the Shire of Frostheim, which is located further north than the West Kingdom barony of Wintersgate. And part of the reason I live so far north, I'm originally from Awertha, is that winter is my absolute favorite season. And so several years ago, I wrote a song praising winter and all of the joys of it to the tune of Sumera's Akomanian. I am very sorry to report that the last couple of days here in the frozen north, it has been raining and our snow is rapidly melting. But we will pretend that winter has actually arrived. Winter time, it has arrived, gladly sing woohoo. Crystal trees and icy breeze, know the sky's so blue. Sing woohoo, sliding down the hill so fast is what we love to do. Play in the snow, your face aglow, so gaily sing woohoo. Woo-hoo, woo-hoo, when snow time brings us woo-hoo, the silver and the blue. Winter time, it has arrived, gladly sing woo-hoo. While inside one place to bide and court a lover new. Sing woo-hoo. Stars all day come out and play, the perfect time to woo. Time for dancing while romancing gaily do we woo. Woo-hoo, woo-hoo, snow time brings us woo-hoo, the silver and the blue. Winter time, it has arrived, gladly sing woo-hoo. Fire and sky as angels fly, 'tis nature's gift to you. Sing woo-hoo, snowflakes falling to the ground bring children joy so true. It's cold outdoors, so troubadours gaily sing woo-hoo. Woo-hoo, woo-hoo, snow time brings us woo-hoo, the silver and the blue. And it's so wonderful to see you guys. Worth getting up at 5 in the morning.
It is wonderful to see you too. I miss you.
Well, when you can all travel again, please come to Drachenwald so I can see you.
Oh, definitely.
That would be
I would love
awesome.
to.
I was curious. What was the
Sad
name of
story.
the you're in, Korea?
I'm sorry, say that again?
The name of the location of Drachenwald?
The name of your location.
The name that
I'm
you
in
mentioned.
I'm in the Shire of Frostheim, in the far north
I'm wondering if
Principality of Nordmark.
I wonder if that's where His Majesty came from. Frostheim.
If I may
I was
ask
called
all
the
of
Frustrating
you,
for a long time.
Yeah.
if I may ask all of you to please mute your mics if you are not performing, because we've been getting some spots of feedback and various other noise.
Sorry, I'm in a supermarket currently.
All right. Sorry, let me... I was about to say, is everyone muted happily? Then we'll continue. Tim, I believe you expressed an interest to sing again. Jocelyn, I'm trying to make sure that everyone has had a chance to sing at least once before anyone sings again. But as I said, you have been noticed.
All right. So, yet again, changing some gears here, and here's hoping my rather mountainy internet holds up. But I thought I might regale you all with a little bit of Christmas spirit, or at least attempt to.
Uh-oh.
And, if my cat dives under the bed, we all know why.
Because you're singing?
Yes, that would be because that is a joke there. Yes, thank you. All right. O come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel that mourns in lonely exile here, until the Son of God appear. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. O come, thou dayspring, come and cheer our spirits by thine advent here. Disperse the gloomy clouds of night, and death's dark shadows put to flight. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel.
Thank you
I
very
love
much.
that song.
And let's see, next up,
Okay.
Aban, and you can see my hand in case we have problems?
I can see your hand.
Okay, go for it then.
Okay, so any of y'all ever heard of a rick? It's like an Arabic tambourine frame drum type thingy. I'll be y'all can hear that? Okay. I'll be playing Ayub this time. I hope y'all can hear it. Hope y'all can hear me. And if y'all want to dance, please do. Okay, how was that?
Beautiful. And
That was great. Thank you.
I have learned something new today. I have learned just
Thanks,
how
I'm glad
effective
it worked.
it did indeed, and I've learned how effective it is to bop your head when you're wearing a truly gigantic hat. It magnifies everything.
Yeah, I didn't have my video on this time. I just had the audio. I hope it worked better.
Sounded good to us.
All right. I believe we are returning to Italy and the Palazzo Giordano, or at least somewhere so suitably named as to be Italian. You are muted.
I thought I pushed the button. Apparently I didn't. I don't have any period Christmas carols on hand, but that's okay because I felt the tune of one. This is a song I wrote a long time ago. I think it was from one of my Bard of the West dudes things. It's called "To King and Crown," and the tune is the Wexford Carol. Let's see if I can hit these high notes right now. There is a land that I love best, where hearts are filled with chivalry. The living jewel that is the West, a noble birthplace of kings and queens. I stood beneath the mighty oak, from sea to mountains its branches spread, and from the leaves a voice that spoke, its words still echo in my head. Oh, my land of the West, we sing to thee, of beauty's heart and deeds renowned. From mountains tall to cobalt sea, we stand in service to king and crown. In western lands there is a light that gives its warmth to all within. Beneath the shadow of the might of noble hearts, both friend and kin, the children of this mighty oak, strong branches twined with roses red, its kings lead us with strength and hope, our queens with art and grace defend. O my land of the West, we sing to thee, of beauty's heart and deeds renowned. From mountains tall to cobalt sea, we stand in service to king and crown. O western land, your children live beneath the banners of their homes, of swan and wolf and gentle mist, it calls to them where'er they roam. My western land, your beauty last, your triumph echoes round the world, as we come forward into the past, your laurel banner is e'er unfurled. O my land of the West, we sing to thee, of beauty's heart and deeds renowned. From mountains tall to cobalt sea, we stand in service to king and crown.
Thank you. That was beautiful.
That was truly beautiful. Thank you, Katla.
All right. Is there anyone here who wishes to perform who has not yet done so? I see a cat who may wish.
I would, comma, I am in public setting. But eventually I will want to sing something maybe towards the end of the circle.
We look forward very much to hearing your contribution. Lord Logan, does the cat wish to sing? It seems to be expressing an interest. All right.
She would love to sing, however, she hasn't been practicing and she's got a little bit of a sore throat. So at this time, we'll just gracefully bow out. But thank you so much.
I'm enjoying her performance regardless.
Yes, what is the beautiful kitty's name?
This is Missy. Or Fuzzbritches, if you like.
All right. We have a chorus, I see. Jocelyn, are you capable of singing while displaying your fine feline, or do you wish it? It is.
Sorry, wrong button. She can display herself if she wishes, by stepping on my keyboard and completely dismantling my computer.
Hopefully she will not express a negative opinion of your performance by doing so. But it is your turn again, if you wish, since you appeared to be quite enthusiastic before.
Well, I had a comment. After Asa sold is for I can't pronounce things. After she sang, that reminded me that the song that it's based on is from Frozen 2.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a different version of it. You'll have to see like the actual video. It's on YouTube. It's like all the words are what's happening on the screen. So and it's hilarious. Yeah, she almost slide she said one of the words when the deer are running across the screen, she sings Mufasa death imitation, and I thought that was hilarious. But you're gonna have to go watch it yourselves. I also need to mention that my Wi-Fi cuts out at 9, so I have to leave in like 15 minutes.
Well, thank you for contributing, and let's see if we can get at least one or two more songs in before you have to go. And now I have my quest for the evening, which is to get this pronounced correctly at least once. Ciela. Yes, I have succeeded.
You did. You can just call me Songbird too. That works. I could have made that easier for you. I'm sorry. I thought Katla had performed the Wexford Carol, which I love that song every time she sings it. But since this is a holiday bardic, I thought I would sing the Coventry Carol, which is from the 16th century. I think it's the 16th century. It is within our period. For a little holiday carol that's always been one of my favorites. Lule, lula, thou little tiny child, bye bye, lule, lule. Oh, sisters too, how may we do for to preserve this day? This poor youngling for whom we sing, bye bye, lule, lule. Herod the king in his raging chargeth he doth this day. Is man of might in his own sight, all young children to slay? Lule, lula, thou little tiny child, bye bye, lule, lule. That woe is me, poor child, for thee, and evermore and day. For thy parting, neither say nor sing, bye bye, lule, lule. Lule, lule, thou little tiny child, bye bye, lule, lule.
So pretty.
That is amazing.
Pretty.
That was just hauntingly beautiful. Thank you.
There we go. There's that little button. All right. Corinna, would you like another go? Since we have, but if, or did we lose?
I
sorry.
would, but drop me a couple of places down because it occurs to me I'm singing from Sweden. I'm looking through for Swedish holiday songs to share one. So give me a bit to find one that I can actually sing.
I'm seeing a raised hand, Shola, if that is pronounced correctly.
You're close. It's Cholet.
Cholet, okay.
you know, I have one of the wonderful things about living in Darkwood is that we have beautiful beaches. And, you know, over the last couple months, you can go to some of these beaches and be relatively by yourself, right? So you don't have to worry so much about COVID. And, you know, for a week or so, there was a seal right out in the kelp bed that would be, you know, that would swim pretty close to the shore. And I found that moment so magical that I started looking for a song that would sort of go along with that. Now, this is the first time that I've sung through this song, so, you know, be kind. The song was written by Mistress Marian of Heatherdale, and it's called The Maiden and the Selkie. Once a fair and handsome seal lord lay his foot upon the sand for to woo the fisher's daughter and to claim her marriage hand. I have come in from the ocean, I have come in from the sea, and I'll not go to the waves, love, lest you come along with me. Lord, long have I loved you, as a selkie on the foam. I would gladly go and wed ye, and be lady of your home. But I cannot go into the ocean, I cannot go into the sea. I would drown beneath your waves, love, if I went along with thee. Lady, long have I loved you, I would have you for my wife. I shall stay upon your shoreland, though it rob me of me life. I will stay one night beside you, never go back to the sea. I will stay and be thy husband, though it be the death of me. Lord, I cannot go and wed thee, all to watch my lover die, since I'll not be left a widow. I have a plan for us to try. Let us speak with my grandmother, who's ever dwelt beside the sea. She may know some trick or treasure, so I can wed my fair Selkie. So they've gone to her grandmother's little cottage by the sea to inquire how a maiden can be wed to her Selkie, for the Selkie's watery kingdom would surely rob her of her breath. But to stay on land past midnight, it would surely be his death. Lord, I know not how to aid you. You may never live on shore, for your kind to live till dawning has never been seen before. But my mother had a seal coat that she buried beneath a tree, and she told me that its wearer would become a fair Selkie. So they've journeyed further inland, though the seal lord's getting weak, and she's shouldering the shovel to unearth the thing they seek. At the rising of the full moon, underneath the elfin oak, she's unearthed that very treasure of which her grandmother spoke. And just before the stroke of midnight, they have made it back to sea, and she's donned that magic seal coat and become a maid Selkie. Now they've gone into the ocean, hand in hand into the sea. She has gone along, a fair seal bride for her Selkie.
That was wonderful. Thank you very much. And now, I believe, if I am reading this correctly, Caitlin of Pavlok Gorod would like to sing. And if I mispronounce that badly, I do apologize. Caitlin, are you about?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I'm gonna sing Bedlam Boys.
This is one of my favorite songs. I never get to hear it. When I mention it to people, people are like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "How do you not know this song? It rocked SCA for like a decade." It's so weird. Oh.
Thank you, Your Majesty. For to see my time of bedlam, 10,000 miles I travel, mad modeling goes on dirty toes. For to save the shoes from gravel, still I sing money boys, money mad boys, bedlam boys are bonny. For they all go bare and they live by the air and they want no drink nor money. I went down to Satan's kitchen for to find me food one morning, and there I saw souls piping high. All on the speed I turning, still I sing money boys, money mad boys, bedlam boys are bonny, for they all go bare and they live by the air and they want no drink nor money. Me staff has withered giants, and me bag along that carries for to cut mince skies from children's thighs, with which to feed the fairies. Still I sing money boys, money mad boys, bedlam boys are bonny, for they all go bare and they live by the air and they want no drink nor money. By the Queen of Air and Darkness, I saw me damned to tourney, 3 leagues beyond the wild world's end. Methinks it is no journey, still I sing money boys, money mad boys, bedlam boys are bonny, for they all go bare and they live by the air and they want no drink nor money. The spirits white as lightning would on me travels guide me. The moon would shake and the stars would quake whenever they espy me. Still I sing money boys, money mad boys, bedlam boys are bonny, for they all go bare and they live by the air and they want no drink nor money. And when that I have murdered the man in the moon to a powder, his staff will break and his dark will shake, and will hound the demon louder. Still I sing money boys, bonny mad boys, bedlam boys are bonny, for they all go bare and they live by the air and they want no drink nor money. For to see my time of bedlam, 10,000 miles I travel, mad modeling goes on dirty toes. For to save her shoes from gravel, still I sing bonny boys, bonny mad boys, bedlam boys are bonny, for they all go bare and they live by the air, and they want no drink nor money.
So good.
And next up, we have. Okay, I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name of the song because I will get it wrong. Corinna.
Ja, Beljar klang. Uti faller snö I spälten blacken står och åter långt sitt hå när ludet honom när att sillen lyftes ner och framför slären snart med oss han sedan segerbjärg bak den Bardic bad Beljar klang, hårde stängeltäng flingar som nu vivlar om I munters vintersång Bellier klang, bellier sang, hodle stingeldang. Flinger som nu vevlar om i munter vinterslang. Faljes ut, flacklen traver på. I hans spår på ställningen går det horgen förgår stå. Bellier klang, hodle stingeldang. Flinger som nu vevlar om i munters vinterslang. Vi sitter runt en pan och snurren bring oss ner. Och inte får en tillfällen vi far in hemåt sura. Bellier klang, hodde stingeldang. Flingar som nu vevlar om i munters vinterslang. Bellier klang, hodde stingeldang. Flingar som nu vevlar om i munters vinterslang.
What language was that?
It is Swedish because I live in Sweden.
Wonderful.
That is amazing. Oh my gosh.
All right. And next up, Antonio.
Oh, am I unmuted?
You are unmuted.
I'm unmuted. The coldest winter in the West are in a worth of fair. But in this land of ice and snow is warmth beyond compare. The hearth and hearts of northern halls defeat midwinter's cold. The treasure of this land is love, no need for jewels or gold. The coldest winters in the West are in a worth of fair. The eagle and the raven soar, there roam wolf, moose, and bear. This land's as big as are the hearts of those who make their home, where northern lights do kiss the sky, adorning heaven's dome. The coldest winter in the West are in a worth of fair. The magic of this northern land calls me to linger there. And every time I'm given leave, I'll return to friends up north. Owertha is my home from home. I'll return there in due course.
Huzzah! Hasn't worth it. I can really appreciate that one.
You're so fond of Owertha, you took a little bit with you.
A little
So-
bit.
A little bit casual. Don't make any sudden movements.
So,
No,
true
no.
story.
I took the prize.
True story. Everyone that comes up here leaves with a piece of Owertha, whether they intend to or not. Because we are just the most hospitable principality in the known world.
Hang on now.
If I may speak to that briefly from the mists.
Absolutely.
Given the warmth of the welcome that I received here in the mists, the idea of being more hospitable is vaguely frightening. It's one of those, if you eat it reaches the level of hospitality where if you eat the food, you have to stay. Now, having eaten some of the food in Owertha, I can understand very much being tempted to stay.
Oh,
But it is
well,
not
then we're just
usually
going to have to
mandatory.
apply our measure a little extra harder next time you come and visit.
93 pomegranate seeds.
That's all it takes.
When was the last
I
time?
went up for summer and stayed for 29 years, so I understand.
When was the last
But I
time
stole
you
her
were in our
back.
Fairlands?
And I believe there's another singer from the Palazzo Giordano, another performer, I should say, from the Palazzo who wishes to perform.
This is it's a 12th night type of it's a 12th night type of thing called Joy, Health, Love, Joy, Health, Love, and Peace, or otherwise known as the King. Joy, health, love, and peace be all here in this place. By your leave we will sing concerning our King. Our King is well dressed in silks of the vest, in ribbons so rare, no king can compare. We have traveled many miles over hedges and stiles in search of our King. Unto you we bring. We have broadsword and shield to conquer the field. We have shield, polearm, and shield wall to conquer them all. Old Christmas is past, 12 is the last, and we bid you adieu. Great joy to the you. Complete with Wolfhound help.
Yelling at me.
I tried, man. More practice on this end. We need more practice.
Well, you ready to go?
Oh, are
Yeah.
you want to do? No, he's got this.
Yeah, no.
He has a
I will
list.
go again. Later.
Okay.
Okay. Asa, you are next on our little list.
And then none of them be missed. All right. If you can't follow along with the words of this, don't worry. They're in Latin. If you can follow along with the words of this, awesome. This is Angelus ad Virginem, so it's an Annunciation song from 14th century. And I will try to sing a little lower this time so that the mic will pick up everything. Angelus ad Virginem sub intrans in conclave, Virginis formidinem de mulcens inquitave, Ave Regina Virginum, celi terraeque Dominum, concipies et paries intacta salutem hominum, tu porta celi facta me de lacriminum. Quomodo conciperem que virum non coniovi, qualiter infringerem quod firmamente vovi, Spiritus Sancti gratia, perficiet omnia, ne timeas sed gaudeas secura quod castimonia ad mane bitinte pura Dei potentia. There are two more verses, but as it is all in Latin, it makes it a touch hard to follow. So thank you.
I'd just as soon hear a whole song in Latin. It doesn't matter if I can follow it. I'm still singing along.
That's fair. Do you want the rest?
That
All
sounds
right.
like a request to me.
Gabriel from heaven, kings. Oh, ha! That's right. The English part. Gabriel from heaven, kings, unto the maiden sweet, brought here blissful tiding and fair again her great. Halbe the fall of grass aright, for God is Son, his heaven light. For man as love will man become, and take a flesh of the maid bright. Man can frau forme, for to make of sin and devil's might. Right. Woo! English. Ish.
Englesque.
And Ciela. Are you? Yes.
Yes. Hello. I will sing. What will I sing? This is one that I actually wrote during my tenure as Bard of the West, and it was written during the reign of King Titus and Queen Ellis, and it ended up being cool because we actually used it to surprise the Prince of Sinagua at the time, Alden, to call him to become a hero of the West. So I also got in trouble because the King of Vontier did not like the things that I said about Vontier, but that's a different story. The call came to the Western King of trouble at the border. He called his sworn knights to him with a summons and an order. My men, King Titus spoke aloud, charge forth and have no fear, and bring me back the golden hat of the Lion of Vontier. They'll say, no, no, Prince of Sinagua, don't bring your polearm strong. We cannot stand against this man and fight the whole day long. They'll say, no, no, Prince of the Mistlands, don't bring your army near, for I've only come on orders to defend my home on Tyr. The Western army gathered, pennons lifted to the sky. We'll march to the northern border, find on Tyr and drink it dry. We'll leave no warrior standing who would threaten Western lands. To Gold Beach we shall go with weapons sharp and make our stand. They'll say, no, no, Prince of Ortha, don't bring your mighty axe, for with it you can show us all the prowess that we lack. They'll say, no, no, great King Titus, don't charge into the fray, for we only battle Westlands to defend on Tyr this day. The battle raged until King Titus heard the lions cry. He stopped and shook his head and said, you came to fight us. Why? We didn't want to battle, said the lion's mighty king. We thought we'd have a picnic just to celebrate the spring. So we said, welcome on Tyr's people, and welcome on Tyr's king. Pull up a chair, the weather's fair, let's drink and feast and sing. Yes, we say, welcome to the Northland, whoever has been dear. I'll toast to the Western army and I'll toast to good on Tyr. They said, no, no, Prince of Sinagua, the swan with black wings raised. The Antir army slept till noon after they heard your praise. They said, no, no, dread Prince Alden, please do not bring your best, for all the known world knows you as a hero of the West. King Titus calls you now to kneel, his hero of the West.
That was tremendously fun.
Thank
It
you.
was a good time.
Tessa, I believe you are next on my little list, and I have you caller.
Color? Wait, what? Okay, I'm just gonna do my thing. So anyway, someone has been dying here to sing something, and his name is Baby Yoda. And this is his little song. Baby Yoda, floating in a pod, Baby Yoda, Baby Yoda, Baby Yoda, everything is one monster, Baby Yoda. That's kind of it. And I also wanted to say something real quick. It's a joke I made a long time ago that everyone seems to think is really funny, and I was just wondering if I could say it real quick.
Go ahead.
Okay. What's a scarecrow's favorite berry? A strawberry.
Thank you, Tessa. Well done.
You're welcome.
I'll let you guys guess where she gets her sense of humor from. All right. This is the one period piece I know, and I'm praying that I remember the tune, because I don't think I've sung this in about 2 years, but it's a really neat piece of music, and I really like it, so hopefully I do it justice. Salve Regina, Mater Misericorde, vita dulcedo et spes nostra salve. A te clamamus, exules Filii Vei, a te suspiramus, gementes et flentes, in hac lacrimarum vale. Ea ego, advocata nostra, illos tuos misericordes aculos, ad nos converte, et Iesum benedictum fructum ventri tui, nobis pos hoc exilium ostende. O clemens, O pia, O dulcis Virgo Maria.
And thank you. And next up, I'm not sure I got the pronunciation right. Koller, you're muted. So right now it is a silent Kollr.
How about now?
Now we can hear you.
Cole.
Cole.
Sorry. Toddler's trying to make off with the microphone or the remote control for the TV. All right. So who here likes sea shanties? Sea shanties are always good. I figured I was going to go with a classic. What was that?
Former sailor, USS Connecticut, USS Iwo Jima.
Oh, excellent. Perfect. So I was going to do a classic, Rolling Down to Old Maui. And I also have a bonus for you guys. I have some extra verses here that I've actually practiced and used as a lullaby for my eldest child. So not very many people know beyond the Stan Rogers version, but I sing in the Stan Rogers style, so his style and cadence. So figure this will be one of my contributions for the night.
It's a great song.
All right. And feel free to sing, dance, play, whatever on your sides of the devices that you're on. Feel free to be involved and interactive. I welcome audience participation. It's a damn tough life full of toil and strife we will men undergo. And we don't give a damn when the gale is done how hard the winds did blow. For we're homeward bound from the Arctic round with a good ship taut and free. And we won't give a damn when we drink our rum with the girls of old Maui. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys, rolling down to old Maui. We're homeward bound from the Arctic round, rolling down to old Maui. Once more we sail with a northerly gale through the ice and rain. Them coconut fronds, them tropical lands we soon shall see again. 6 hellish months have passed away on the cold Kamchatka Sea. But now we're bound from the Arctic round, rolling down to old Maui. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys, rolling down to old Maui. We're homeward bound from the Arctic around, rolling down to old Maui. Once more we sail with the northerly gale towards our island home. Our mainmast sprung, our whaling done, and we ain't got far to roam. Our stunsail bones is carried away, what care we for that sound? A living gale is after us, thank God we're homeward bound. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys, rolling down to old Maui. We're homeward bound from the Arctic around, rolling down to old Maui. How soft the breeze through the island trees, now the ice is far astern. Them native maids, them tropical glades is awaiting our return. Even now brown eyes look out, hoping some fine day to see our baggy sails rolling for the gales, rolling down to old Maui. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys, rolling down to old Maui. We're homeward bound from the Arctic around, rolling down to old Maui. We'll heave the leads where old Diamond Head looms up on old Oahu. Our mast and yards are sheathed with ice, and our decks are hid from view. The horrid ice of the sea-caked isles that deck the Arctic Sea are miles behind in the frozen wind since we steered for old Maui. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys, rolling down to old Maui. We're homeward bound from the Arctic around, rolling down to old Maui. And now we're anchored in the bay with the Conicas all around. With soft chants and alloys, they greet us homeward bound. And now ashore we'll have some fun, we'll paint them beaches red. Awakening in the arms of an island maid with a big fat aching head. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys, rolling down to old Maui. We're homeward bound from the Arctic around, rolling down to old Maui. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys, rolling down to old Maui. We're homeward bound from the Arctic around, rolling down to old Maui.
That was great.
That was amazing, and I get a copy.
Yes.
I would love to
Love
get a copy of that if at all possible.
So literally, it is on Google. I just Googled "Rolling Down to Old Maui" lyrics, and I found it. I dedicated the time to learning it, and I actually sang it with my daughter as a lullaby when she was little. Now she ain't so little, and she gets overly excited when I sing that song.
Nice.
All right. I'm going to suggest a minor challenge for the bards here that I hope someone will rise to, because frankly, it's outside my depth of knowledge. If someone here can think of an appropriate song, because I loved watching all of us singing along, but we couldn't hear it. And I know that it will be a truly joyful noise and clamor should we all try and sing together. But if there's a tune that some bard out there believes we could all get into for the chorus, I'd love to hear it. And I'd love to hear, even if they are out of sync, out of tune, and occasionally searching for the tune, our collective voices raised.
I can't help but think
Rolling
a Western
down.
Orchestra chorus would lend itself really well to everyone singing at the same time in different timings. However, it's a really short song.
That's probably for the best.
I was going to say, Rolling Down to Old Maui is one of those where the chorus, you know, I could wait and make up for the chorus, or someone could.
You know, I
think that would have been.
can't help but notice that Alessandro has at some point in time slipped in unnoticed and hasn't said or been active much. And I think he's fairly knowledgeable.
I second this quiet Alessandro. You're not a ninja. We see you.
And indeed, we were going to be calling on you next. I simply opened up a possibility if someone had a chorus, or if someone comes up with one later to please bring it to the group's attention. But if the Palazzo Giordano would like to entertain us once more, we'd love to hear it.
Okay.
Yay, we're all here. Yay. We be soldiers free, pardonnez-moi, je vous en prie. Let me come forth from the low country with never a penny of money. Dear good fellow, I drink to thee. Pardonnez-moi, je vous en prie, to all good fellows wherever they be, with never a penny of money. Dear good fellows, I'll drink to song, sing song. Never a penny of money. And if I till my pledge be this, pardonnez-moi, je vous en prie, pay for the truth wherever it is, with never a penny of money. Charge it again, boys, charge again. Pardonnez-moi, je vous en prie. As long as there is any ink in my pen, with never a penny of money. First verse again. We be soldiers free, pardonnez-moi, je vous en prie. We come forth from the country, with never a penny of money.
Well, that was the worst ever in the history of ever.
We're not
but
drunk enough yet.
We didn't. We gotta practice this
We gotta
one.
drink some more.
Obviously.
Drink some more.
There's some practicing.
Drink some more. I don't know.
Drinking,
Yeah.
drinking more.
Drinking more. Drink more.
Drink more.
I'm out of
Everybody
wine.
drink.
My wine is empty.
We gotta get you more and more.
If you practice it drunk, you can only do it drunk.
No.
Unfair.
It's only when I am drunk that I actually think I sound good. So it's good to practice something else. Okay.
On to somebody else. I would like to say that I would like to sing another song at some point later on in the show.
Okay.
No,
okay.
let's
I think
somebody else.
No. We've got time. Go. Do it.
But I was about to say, I was not given by their majesties a time when we were supposed to draw this to a close. As far as I know, there are no bailiffs outside the hall preparing to roust us all out.
I
or
don't know,
neighbors
Rorik
in-
over there. I mean,
That was my eyeball, child.
A quick. I would like to sing one song before their majesties leave collectively. So I can wait until that very point to where they're getting ready to leave. But I would like to sing a song particularly for them while they're both still here.
Where's the deal?
Do it.
Do it.
do it.
Okay.
That
I'm
works.
gonna do
Yeah, let's do it. We're right here.
Do it.
Okay. Okay. We'll let Colored go. And
Yes.
I will come back.
Yes.
You're muted.
I was going to wait because I wasn't sure how long they were going to be staying. But I guess it will break up the. Oh no, that's not the right one.
Yes, it is.
No.
You
What
told-
did... No. Hold on.
Do you
It's
want
not
to
your
help
fault.
our company or leave for Johnny Lever?
Health.
Thank you. That's what I thought.
One more second. Sorry. Technical
Jesus
difficulties.
fucking
Meh. You're live. My lovely wife is being an assistant.
And she might murder me in the process.
Do you
And
want
she might
someone
murder me in
else
the
to go while you find it?
Lever, Johnny Lever. So that's what I
Got it.
gave you.
Hey. Anyways. Okay, sorry, I had to find the tune in my head. Kind friends and companions, come join me in rhyme. Come lift up your voices in chorus with mine. Come lift up your voices, all grief to refrain. For we may, oh my nether, all meet here again. So here's a health to the company, and one to my lass. Let's drink and be merry, all out of one glass. Let us drink and be merry, all grief to refrain. For we may, oh my nether, all meet here again. So here's a health to the wee lass that I love so well. For style and for beauty, there's none can excel. There's a smile on her countenance as she sits upon my knee. There's no one in this wide world as happy as me. So here's a health to the company and one to my lass. Let's drink and be merry, all out of one glass. Let us drink and be merry, all grief to refrain. For we may, oh my never, all meet here again. Our ship lies at anchor, she's ready to dock. I wish her safe landing without any shock. And if ever I should meet you by land or by sea, I will always remember your kindness to me. So here's a health to the company and one to my lass. Let us drink and be merry, all out of one glass. Let us drink and be merry, oh grief to refrain. For we may or might never all meet here again. So here's a health to the company and one to my lass. Let us drink and be merry, all out of one glass. Let us drink and be merry, all grief to refrain. For we may or might never all meet here again.
If I might beg the company's indulgence, I recently had a visitor from a distant part, far distant from the known world, who taught me a little poem. It's quite little, it's 4 lines long, so I'll repeat it first in his language and then in ours. There are 3 things you need to know to have this poem properly make sense. The imzad is, in his land, a 1-stringed violin. It is the instrument of his people. It is traditionally played by women, not by men, only by women. And that in this culture, the men go veiled and the women do not. These are the Kel Tamashek, and the first rendition of this poem will be in Tamashek, that being their language, their name being simply people of the language. Echaleg defer giten in amekar wa ikfen i intit techoret amiar, sidioet en aglin miden awal, lechim afus yenut tef damawal. I'm amazed by the works of God, who blesses Amir Imzad so that where it plays, men fall dumb, only stirring a hand to pull the turban over their eyes. Thank you.
It's fun.
And Asa, it is your turn.
That means it is story time. I would like to introduce those of you who do not know it to my absolute favorite of the Cantigas de Santa Maria. This is number 159, Non Sofre Santa Maria. I affectionately refer to it as the miracle of the dancing pork chop, and you shall see why. So the original is a song. I will be telling a story version of the events, interspersed with the chorus in the original language, which is Galego-Portuguese. It's related to Spanish. Non sofre Santa Maria de ser en perdidos os que hasas Romaria son de fanzer desejosos ed estoy un mirangre de vos quero falar quem mostro Santa Maria per come oi contar a unos romeos que foran a rocama orar como muy buenos cristianos simplemente humildosos. Once there was a group of 9 pilgrims who were traveling to Rocamadour in Spain to visit the shrine to the Virgin Mary there. And when they reached Rocamadour, they found an inn. And they went to the inn and they ordered meat and bread and drinks for their dinner, and then they went off to pray at the shrine, because pilgrims, it's what they do. And when they returned after their prayers at the shrine, they returned to the inn, and their dinner was served, and the pork chops came out of the pot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. There are 9 pilgrims. So we have one poor pilgrim whose pork chop is missing. And he's very hungry from a long day of praying and many weeks on the road. And, well, he sets up a little bit of a stink. He complains loudly to the landlord that his pork chop has been stolen. It's gone. It's missing. Where is it? Where is my pork chop? And the innkeeper gets all of the staff involved, and they search the inn top to bottom. And the entire time, the pilgrims are praying to Santa Maria, Holy Mary, the Virgin, to help them find this missing pork chop. Eventually, as they were searching, they heard from within a chest a thump, 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 and the pilgrim whose pork chop was missing gestured to the innkeeper and said, "Open the chest." And the innkeeper had the chest opened, and the lid was raised, and there, before their eyes, was the pork chop throwing itself against the sides of the chest so that it might be discovered, dancing about and making really quite a racket. And the pilgrims cried, "It is a miracle! It is a miracle!" And they picked up the pork chop, and they processed through the streets of Rocamadour, proclaiming the miracle that the Holy Virgin had performed, because the Virgin would not allow her pilgrims to go hungry. And they processed, proclaiming the miracle, down to the shrine, and they hung the pork chop on a silken thread in front of the shrine so that all might know of the miracles that the Virgin will perform for her faithful. And of course, poor pilgrim number 9 never did get his dinner.
I wouldn't eat that pork chop either.
I admit that I am prone to telling cooks to simply walk the cow past the fire so it is acquainted with the concept, but that pork chop would be too rare even for me, if it is capable of flinging itself about a chest.
Well, it was only the miracle that allowed it to do so.
Yes, but at what temperature was the miracle is the question.
165 Fahrenheit?
I'm more sad for the pig than the pilgrim.
That's fair.
Ciela, you get to follow the dancing pork chop. My sympathies.
Following the dancing pork chop, man, that's no fair. I was actually going to sing something for His Majesty, who conveniently ducked out. I mean, I can still sing it. I mean, I'm just gonna.
His internet crashed and is not reconnecting, unfortunately. So
now I'm just going to privately mock him for not being there.
I
because
support that. I think he will laugh.
Since our good friend Cole from Ortha sang a sea shanty that I know His Majesty loves, there's another one that he really loves that I was going to sing, and I'm still going to do it. So that's what he gets. What care we how white the spray is? What care we for the wind or weather? Heel yo ho, boys, let her go, boys, sailing homeward to Mingley. Heel yo ho, boys, let her go, boys, sail her head round into the weather. Heel her ho, boys, let her go, boys, sailing homeward to Mingley. Wives are waiting by the pier head, gazing seaward from the heather. Bring around, boys, then we'll anchor ere the sun sets on Mingley. Heave her ho, boys, let her go, boys, swing her head round into the weather. Heave her ho, boys, let her go, boys, sailing homeward to Mingley. Ships return now, heavy laden, mothers holding their babes a-crying. They'll return yet when the sun sets, sailing homeward to Mingley. Heel her ho, boys, let her go, boys, swing her head round into the weather. Heave her ho, boys, let her go, boys, sailing homeward to Mingley. Heave her ho, boys, let her go, boys, swing her head round into the weather. Heave her ho, boys, let her go, boys, sailing homeward to Mingley.
I miss you so much.
I miss you too, baby.
My lady.
That was for you.
I love
Uther.
that song.
My
That's
lady.
like my favorite.
My brother.
My lady.
Yes.
If you ever come to Awertha, you and I need to record that together.
I would
or at
love
least perform it together.
I will
Because
make it.
I know a higher I know a counterpoint to that I learned from the Rogues and Wenches, which is a local
I
sea
couldn't remember
shanty
our
group up
harmony.
here in Owartha.
I couldn't remember our harmony at all.
It's a
Well, you
difficult
beautiful
one, and it's
people-
a little out of my register. But you and I, please.
I will make sure when I come to Owertha, we will sing together. I'll bring Anne
Let's
too.
make music together. Let's
And
make
Katla and
sweet
AJ.
harmony.
Hey guys, I just want to say, beautiful people, good night to you all. I was up at 5 a.m. this morning, so it's my bedtime. And I'm so glad I logged back in. I got kicked out via the internet, came back in for a high point, one of my favorite songs ever. So love you guys, and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
We love you.
Bye, Your Majesty.
Good night.
Good night.
And now, I believe it is Caitlin's turn.
Yes, he's gone now. Hold on.
Hello. I'm going to sing Gypsy Rover. The gypsy rover came over the hill and down to the valley so shady. He whistled and he sang till the green woods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. Alleluia, 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 alleluia. He whistled and he sang till the green woods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. She left her father's castle gate, she left her own fond lover, she left her servants and her estate to follow the gypsy rover. Alleluia, 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 alleluia. He whistled and he sang till the green woods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. Her father saddled his fastest steed and roamed the valleys all over. He searched for his daughter with great speed, her and the gypsy rover. Alleluia, 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 alleluia. He whistled and he sang till the green woods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. He came at last to a mansion fine, down by the river Clady, and there was music and there was wine for the gypsy and his lady. Alleluia, 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 alleluia. He whistled and he sang till the green woods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. He is no gypsy, my father, she said, but lord of these lands all over. And I will stay till my dying day with the whistling gypsy rover. Alleluia, 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 alleluia. He whistled and he sang till the green woods rang, and he won the heart of a lady.
Such harmony.
As a bonus, I performed a magic trick during that show, or singing.
I love seeing all the people mouthing along, singing along with all these songs. It's fabulous.
And now, I believe we return to the Palazzo Giordano.
Don't forget to unmute.
Yes. We like seeing you, but we like hearing you at least as much, and the two together are perfect.
Okay. I am breaking out, man. I'm gonna do something traditional. I'm gonna do traditional Scots. I know. Traditional music. Sorry, not very good enough. O'er Coolland's face, night is creeping. The banshee's wail is around us sweeping. Blue eyes in noon are dimly weeping for him that will never return, my Creman. No more, no more, no more returning. In war or in peace is he returning till dawns the great day of doom and burning. He's gonna sing with me. The Craven is home, no more returning. The breeze or the band is softly blowing. The brooks in the glen are gently flowing. Birds in the trees are sighing and mourning for him that will never return. A Creman. No more, no more, no more returning. In war or in peace is he returning till dawns the great day of doom and burning. My Creman is home, no more returning. We'll see no more Creman's returning. In peace nor in war is he returning till dawns the great day of doom and burning. For him there is no more returning. And apparently the Irish Wolfhound wanted to sing with me.
Did you tell him it's a Scottish song?
No, I didn't tell him, and I figured that my problem was because he knows.
Celtic,
Irish,
Scottish,
traditional
same thing.
dead people
Dead
song.
people
It's good.
song.
I hear you, Kuin. We love you too.
I got one.
Karina,
Yeah.
you offered earlier.
Oh, I thought we were going to do all three for us, Rupert.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I misunderstood. By all means, go ahead.
No, go right ahead.
Go ahead and have Karania. She's the one. Well, it's probably morning for you. Is it morning for you, Karania?
It's now 7 in the morning. I got up at 5 to join you.
Yeah.
You first.
Okay. This one is, wait a minute, where did you go? There you are. I need to be able to, I want to see you guys, but I also want the English translation ready when I'm done. This one is very popular at SCA Bardics here, even though it wasn't actually written until the 1800s. It was originally written in Icelandic, and it was translated to Swedish a long time ago. And it's the first SCA song I learned after moving to Sweden. Ridom, ridom, ridom över sanden, solen sjunker bortom alla fjäll. Mörkret breder skuggor över sanden, spöken kommer fram när det blir kväll. Herren lever gangen anu är det långt till går och gren. Här en lera gangen anu är det långt till går och gren. Excuse me. Raven skjuter bakom kullen, fåren flyr i fruktan för hans klo. Men vem ropar och tar upp den mullen, berger kung steger ut sitt bo. Fredlös han i långdom går, jagar liksom raven vilsna får. Fredlös han i långdom går, jagar liksom raven vilsna får. 11 drottning dansar över sanden, rid om livet är där kär. Fler den fagra 11 drottning handen, rittaren käll till fångehund i gat. Bästa häst jag offra vill, om jag hinner fram till Skidagil. Bästa häst jag offra vill, om jag hinner fram till Skidagil. Which means ride, ride over the sand. The sun sinks behind Mount Arna. Darkness spreads shadows over the land, and the ghosts come forth as darkness falls. Lord, lead my horse, for it is yet far to the farm gate. The fox howls, howls behind the hill, and the sheep flee in fear of its claw. But who is it that shouts, shouts out from under the earth? The mountain king rises up from his lair. As the outlaw secretly walks, hunting as the fox do the lost sheep. The elf queen dances over the sand. Ride, yes, ride if you hold your life dear. Flee from the beautiful elf queen, for she wishes to capture the rider's soul. I will sacrifice my best horse if I can just make it home safely to Shidagil.
That's so spooky. Very scary.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
I can see why it is a favorite.
And on that note, I shall put my daughter to bed.
Well,
Thank you guys so much. It was so much fun to be part of this, and thank you for letting Tessa and I come in and be part of the
Thank you for joining us. I hope to see you at future Bardic.
Yoda says bye.
We will definitely
delighted to have you. Come back often.
Thank you very much. We'll catch you guys later. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays.
Bye.
Antonio's going to do.
You're going to go next.
I'm going next.
Yeah.
The Palazzo Giordano is going next, unless if you are ready.
I think it's going to be the Anne version of Giordano. Anyway, this is another trad version. This is one that we did. I did a long time ago up in Omertha. I think we did it during one of those Yule things. But anyway, it's called Logs to Burn. It was originally done by Golden Bough, is where I heard it from on Winter's Dance. Yep. Logs to burn, logs to burn, logs to save the coal etern. Here's the word to make you wise when you hear the woodsman's cry. Each wood logs burn bright and clear, hornbeam blazes too. If the logs are kept a year to season through and through. Logs to burn, logs to burn, logs to save the coal etern. Here's a word to make you wise when you hear the woodsman cry. Pine is good and so is yew for warmth for wintry days. The poplar and the willow too, they take too long to blaze. Logs to burn, logs to burn, logs to save the coal etern. Here's the word to make you wise when you hear the woodsman cry. Oak logs will burn you well if they're old and dry. Large logs like pine would smell, but the sparks will fly. Logs to burn, logs to burn, logs to save the coal etern. Here's a word to make you wise when you hear the woodsman cry. Birch logs will burn too fast, alder scarce at all. Chestnut logs are good to last, cut them in the fall. Logs to burn, logs to burn, logs to save the coal etern. Here's the word to make you wise when you hear the woodsman cry. Holly logs will burn like wax, you should burn them green. Elder logs like smoldering flax, no flames with them are seen. Logs to burn, logs to burn, logs to save the coal etern. Here's a word to make you wise when you hear the woodsman cry. Pear logs and apple logs, they will scent your room. Cherry logs across the dogs, they smell like flowers in bloom. Logs to burn, logs to burn, logs to save the coal etern. Here's the word to make you wise when you hear the woodsman cry. Ash logs are smooth and gray, burn them green or old. Buy up all that come your way, they're worth their weight in gold. Logs to burn, logs to burn, logs to save the coal etern. Here's a word to make you wise when you hear the woodsman cry. Done that in years.
So educational.
Please burn more logs so that I can get a break. I'm tired of burning for everyone. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah, you like that?
Okay. Okay, Antonio, it's your turn.
And now for something completely depressing. If there is no love, there is no living. Or so I thought when I was but a youth. For in that springtime I fancied giving my heart to lovers, seeking love's own truth. If there is no honor, there is no living. So I thought in the summer of my life. Though I tried to live without misgivings, my life was filled with struggles and strife. Without achievements, there is no living. As a life that seeks triumph and success, each conquest appears to be life-giving. In my autumn season, there is no rest. Wisdom comes to those who are still living, such as the winter season of my life. At my age, the world is unforgiving. Wisdom, my only balm in this, my life.
Before
That was beautiful. Thank you.
When did you guys have AJ?
Before our next performer, I would like to ask our beloved Queen a question. Is there, Your Majesty, aught in particular that would please your ears, whether it be a specific song, a theme, a style, a performer? How may best your people please you this evening, if we have not done, whether we have done so far or not?
You
Are there
have
any?
most definitely pleased me this evening. I have had so much fun. I'm still having fun. I don't know how late you all want to go, but this was kind of just what I wanted. Some silliness and people enjoying themselves and sharing their music and their stories. And I love that the kids felt comfortable to come in. You know, they're our future, and the fact that they were willing to come in and join us and sing with the adults, I thought that was magical. So thank you all.
I would like to point out, when did a Bardic ever end, you know, aside from like maybe minutes before the first call for the morning list and maybe breakfast? My phone.
I usually end up crashing before that because, you know, I need a little bit of sleep.
I was about to say, you are a parent and you are asking that question.
You see me at June Crown last
Still getting old.
In
I'm
June
not-
Crown, I was up till about 4 or 5
caught a nap, got up and got in armor after getting breakfast, and I was still hungover, and fought in my first crown tournament.
You're a braver soul than I, Gunga Din.
I just
Not
mean
brave, just make questionable decisions, especially when my knight's asleep.
sometimes the constables show up because you're loud and
fairgrounds.
That is one of the advantages of Discord. Unless any of you are particularly loud or have neighbors who really do not sleep all that well at all, we're probably safe from the constables. That said, let me try and find. I have a list here somewhere. There's my list. Well, Ciele, would you like to draw down the wrath of the constables upon us by singing again?
well, I mean, there's only one non-constable in the living room here, and he's watching something, so I'm probably safe, mostly. But yes, I could certainly do that. Let's see, what do I want to do? Oh, yeah. All right. So I have been very fortunate in that I have very many wonderful champions who encourage me in my art. And I haven't sung this one in quite some time because it was actually my stepping down piece as Bard of the West. And a wonderful person who inspires me nearly constantly followed me into that position. So this was my goodbye song, an introduction to the person who came after me. Long have I served my kings, singing their praise, and brought my queens joy throughout all of their days. But as all cycles end, the time comes for goodbye, and so now it is time for this songbird to fly. I leave you my stories, I leave you my song. Their echoes of glory, I hope, will live on. My time has been grand, my heart has been true, but now comes the next bard, I sing him to you, a man of great dignity, honor, and pride. My joy it has been to spend time at his side. So as my wings do carry me north to my hall, to Antonio now do I sound out my call. I leave you my stories, I leave you my song. Their echoes of glory, I hope, will live on. My time has been grand and my heart has been true. But now comes the next bard, I sing him to you. Antonio comes, start the cycle anew. I love you too, AJ.
All right, I'm seeing a new face here. Do you wish a turn?
You're muted, my friend.
Yes.
My apologies. I am on Discord on my phone. It's the only way that I can watch all of your lovely faces. But for the moment, I will pass. Thank you.
All right. No worries. No. The only thing we ask of people here is that they listen. They do not need to perform. All right. I will ask the assemblage because there is a song that I would. Oh. Shola? Darn it.
No, you keep going. You were right about to start something. I can go after.
No, go. Please.
Father, my father, you've done to me great harm. You've married me to a boy who is too young. I am twice 12 and he is but 14. He's young, but he's daily growing. One day I stood looking o'er my father's castle walls, saw the boys all playing at their ball. My own true love was the flower of them all. He's young, but he's daily growing. At the age of 14, he was a married man. At the age of 15, the father of a son. At the age of 16, o'er his grave the grass grows green. And that has put an end to his growing. I made my love a shroud of the holland so fine, and every stitch in it the tears come trickling down. Once I had a true love, and now I've nary a one. God watch over his son while he's growing. God watch over his son while he's growing. God watch over his son while he's growing.
Thank you. If I may beg again the collector's indulgence, I would like to sing a song. It's a tad long. It's a ballad. It's a Scots border ballad, so they can get wordy. The song is not in period. The events it narrates are in period by 3 years. And it is quite, though it was not written by a member of my family, it was written about a member of my family. So I learned this song when I was very young, but I've never performed it in front of an audience. So I beg your indulgence for my pronunciation. And since it is Scots and not Landsknecht, this I sing with the hat off. How many of you here, if any, know the ballad of Kinmont Willie Armstrong? Okay, be warned, this is in, it's not in Scots, but it is not in modern English, so hopefully neither my accent nor the vocabulary will make the story too obscure. Hey, you heard of the false Keld? Hey, you heard of the Keen Lord Scroop? They had taken bald Kinmont Willie on Harrowby for to hang him up. Had Willie had but 20 men as brave as he. False Keld had ne'er the Kinmont taken, with 8 score in his company. They bound his legs beneath the steed, they tied his hands behind his back, they guarded him 5 on either side, and they led him through the little rack. They led him through the little rack, and also through the Carlisle sands. They took him into Carlisle Castle, to be at my Lord Scroop's command. My hands are tied, but my tongue is free, and we will dare this deed avow, or answer by the border law, or answer to the bold Buccleuch. Now hold thy tongue, thou rank reiver, there's ne'er a Scot shall set thee free. Before you cross my castle gate, I trow you should take fair weel of me. Now word is gane to the bold keeper in Branksome Ha, where that he lay, that Scroop has taken the Kinmont Willie between the hours of night and day. And here detained him Kinmont Willie against the truce of border tide, and forgotten that the bald Buccleuch is keeper there on the Scottish side. Had there been war between the lands, as well as what as there is nane, I would slight Carlisle Castle high, though it were built of marble stain. I would set that castle in a low, and sloken it with English blood. There's ne'er a man in Cumberland should ken where Carlisle Castle stood. But since nae war's between the lands, and here is peace, and peace shall be, I'll ne'er harm English lad or lass, and yet the Kinmont free shall be. And as we crossed the debatable land, and tae the English side we held, the first of men that we met with, who should it be but false Keld? Where be ye gone, ye broken men? Quoth Falsikel, come tell to me. Now Dickie Dryhope led that band, and ne'er a word of leer has he. And as we left the Stanshaw bank, the wind began to full loud to blow. But 'twas wind and wit and fire and sleet when we came beneath the castle wall. They thought King had won the house with bow and spear. It was but 20 Scots and 10 that put 1,000 in such a scare. And as we reached the lower prison where Kinmont Willie he did lie, oh sleep ye, wake ye, Kinmont Willie, on the morn that thou's supposed to die. The shoulder high with shout and cry, we bore him down the ladder lang, and every strike with Rowan made, I wot the Kinmont's arms played clang. He turned him on the other side, and at Lord Scroop his glove flung he. If you nae like my visit in Merrion land, in fair Scotland, come and visit me. All sair astonished stood Lord Scroop, he stood as still as rock or stane. He scarcely dared to throw his eyes when through the water they had gane. He is either himself a devil frae hell, or else his mother a witch mun be. I wouldna ridden that one water for all the gold in Christendie. Thank you all.
A quick little side note.
Aye.
You guys are doing so awesome tonight that my youngest, normally who is awake during interruptions like people singing and laughing and dancing and being loud, is peacefully dozing to your songs, stories, renditions. And she fell asleep to the performance before yours, good sir.
May she sleep well.
I think that you guys will give her plenty of good background brain stuff.
Corinna, I believe you are up next.
Okay, then. While I'm on a Swedish roll, I will share with you the very, very first song they taught me in Swedish for my Learn Swedish One Song at a Time program. And after I translate it, you will agree that this vocabulary is so useful for everyday language. När trollmor had lagt sina 11 små troll och bundit dem fast i svansen, då sjunger hon sakta för 11 små trollen, den vackraste låt hon känner. Hoo-ay-ay-ay-ay, buff. Hoo-ay-ay-ay-ay, buff. Hoo-ay-ay-ay-ay, buff, buff. Hoo-ay-ay-ay-ay, buff. And that means when the troll mother has taken her 11 small trolls, laid them down to bed, and tied them all fast by their tails, she sings to them the most beautiful words that she knows. Hoo-ay-ay-ay-ay, buff.
Super practical in everyday life. Love it.
I was about to say, and how often have you had to practice your troll tying skills?
Enough, it hasn't come up yet. But I've only been here a decade, so give me time.
Cielo, you have volunteered again.
Sorry, I have multiple, so I can not mute myself on Discord because I have push to talk enabled, because I also use Discord for gaming. I also have a headset that I can mute, so I'm like, oh, which one is not working right now? I do have another song about somebody that inspires me. I am blessed in friendship. I am blessed in the friendship of many of the bards of this kingdom. I am blessed in my friendship with Her Majesty. I'm very, very happy to see all that you have been doing to encourage and inspire our Bardic community throughout your reign. And I greatly appreciate you for inspiring us all to be here tonight. So first, I want to say thank you. This, however, is for a different person. I should work on my Vera inspiration song, I think. However, this one, I think some of you may have heard. All that is gold doesn't come from the earth. Some precious metals are a good soul's worth. All silver treasure doesn't come from the ground. Some of life's greatest gifts are made of sweet sound. Silver is her tongue, all homage to her sing. A laurel of the west, our cat comes to her king. First comes La Sirena, the caller on the waves, the singer of the greatest deeds of an eternity day. Beware the siren's song, for when it echoes o'er the land, any blessed to hear it is enchanted by her hand. Silver is her tongue, all homage to her sing, a laurel of the west, our cat comes to her king. Next comes the raven girl who flies on darkest wings. Praise to the black swan, her first songs did sing. A raven full of memory, of strength and wit and thought, known also as a pelican for service that she sought. Silver is her tongue, all homage to her sing. A laurel of the west, our cat comes to her king. Now comes the wolf, the stalker of the night. All can see the glory of her fierce and primal might. A master to her core, here Loki's child stands before the western throne to take her wreath from Thorfinn's hands. Silver is her tongue, all homage to her sing. A laurel of the west, our cat comes to her king.
You're a butt.
I love you.
I love you too. She wrote that for me for my laurel procession.
She didn't hear it until it happened. She
so
cried,
beautiful.
and Thorfinn cried.
Crying out. That was great.
I'm a butt.
All right. I am looking at my little queue here, and it actually appears to be empty. Do we have someone who would like to jump in and? I see two raised hands. However, Cole, you got there first. You get to sing first, and then from the lovely lady of the dancing pork chop.
You're muted, Cole.
Allow her to go first because I need to gather materials. Because it's a debate on whether I'm going to tell a Norse poem that I wrote or if I'm going to sing again. If my lovely wife can find the poem, I will regale you with a poem that won me a Bardic up here. Otherwise, I'll be singing for you guys. But we've got to see if she can find it where she thinks it is.
Either option will be wonderful. We may at some point try to impose on you for both. Therefore, Asa, would you care to perform now?
I would be delighted. This song here is one that I wrote. Oh goodness, look at the date on that. A while ago.
Last Tuesday.
Yes, last Tuesday. Thank you, Ciela. I wrote this last Tuesday. It is set to the tune of another of the Cantigas de Santa Maria Estrella do Dia. But this I've called Occidentalis, and it is dedicated to our crown. Your Majesty, there is a verse for you. Rex Occidental, Regina gentle, your love parental builds kingdom monumental, mighty oak by strength of sword empowered, never broke, but over foes has towered. On his folk largesse has richly showered. Well he spoke, rejoicing as they flowered. Our king undoubted, the West has shouted. Victory has sprouted, his fleeing foes he's routed. Rex Occidental, Regina gentle, your love parental builds kingdom monumental. Fairest rose, whose grace is undisputed, only grows where chivalry is rooted. Where she goes, the world round her seems muted, for she glows, radiance undiluted. Our motivation, our king's vocation, all adoration to her, our inspiration. Rex Occidental, Regina gentle, your love parental builds kingdom monumental. Ancient thrones, the wisdom of the ages, they have known from sovereigns and from sages. Knights we've grown, whenever battle wages. Fate has shown, the West is in her pages. Our recreation, imagination, lays the foundation for our collaboration. Rex Occidental, Regina gentle, your love parental builds kingdom monumental.
If I may interrupt to tell a brief little anecdote. When I was trying to write a piece upon stepping up as Bard of the West, I believe I had heard that piece before and thought, oh dear gods, is that the standard I have to live up to? I am so doomed. Cole.
You're muted.
And frozen.
And frozen. It's the
I mean, we know
Awerthan
he's in
winds.
Awertha, but
Yeah, I was about to say, I didn't think it was that cold up there.
I just thought they had indoor heating up there. I mean, I like the, it depends on where you're at.
I was about to say, that's what the computer is for. It provides the extra heat.
Ah.
You are
Still
muted.
muted.
Technical difficulties. Please stand by. Go
We
ahead and
can
skip
hear
to
you
the next
now.
person.
Okay. Pardon me again if I pronounce this wrong. Is it Sarah or Kara?
It's Kara.
Kara.
And can you all hear me all right? I apologize for my lateness. I was on a stream. Fantastic. So, like all of us, the last few months have been difficult for me. I live alone with 3 cats, and the lack of human contact over the last few months has been very difficult. And when I think about that, I don't write my own music. I'm not gifted in that area, but I help carry on other songs, and there's a song by Mercedes Lackey called Shadow Stalker that reminds me of this time. It was just a week till Sovereign, and the nights were turning chill, and the battle turned to stalemate, double bluff and feint and drill, when a shadow drifted northward, just a shadow, nothing more. No one noticed that the shadows grew all darker than before. No one noticed that the shadows seemed to creep into the heart. But from then the fight for freedom seemed a fool's quest from the start. All the hopes that they had cherished seemed unreasoned and naive. Nothing worth the strength to pray for or to strive for or believe. And the shadows stole the sunlight from the brightest autumn day, as they sang a song of bleakness that touched every heart that heard. As they whispered words of hopelessness, all courage fled away, and they wove a smothering blanket over all that lived and stood. Harold Vanyo came upon them, and he sensed a subtle wrong, and there was some magic working, deeply hidden, yes, but strong, and it moved and worked in secret like a poison in the vein. Like a poison meant to weaken, this was magic meant to drain. Harold Vanyo saw the shadows, and they turned their walls on him. For one moment even he began to feel his spirit dim, but he saw this secret evil, and he swore ere he was done, he would stalk and slay these shadows and destroy them one by one. Harold Vanyo, shadow stalker, hunted shadows to their doom. They turned all their powers upon him, turned away from other men, and although they strove to take him, he unwove their web of gloom. So the shadows fled his anger, their creator sought again. Harold Vanyo faced the singer who had sung them into life, and she sang to him of grief and loss that cut him like a knife, and she sang to him of self-hate, and she wove a net of pain. With her songs of woe and hopelessness meant to be Vanyo's bane. So now what is there to strive for, was the song she sang to him, and the shadow came upon his heart, the world grew grey and dim, but the singer of the shadow did not know the foe she fought, nor how dear he held his duty, nor by what pain power was bought. Harold Vanyo looked upon her, and he saw through her disguise, and she strove then to seduce him into death or madness sweet. Harold Vanyo looked within him, and he saw her songs were lies, and he gathered up his magic then her power was to defeat. Harold Vanyo raised his golden voice and sang of life and light, of the first cry of a baby, of the silver stars at night. Harold Vanyo sang of wisdom, sang of courage, sang of love, of the earth's sweet soul beneath him, of the vaulting sky above, sang of healing, sang of growing, sang of joy and hope and dreams, and the singer of the shadows felt the death of all her schemes. It was then she tried to flee him, but his song and magic spell struck her down and held her pinioned, and she faltered and she fell. Then the singer of the shadows saw her shadow shattered there, saw her lies unmade before her, saw her darkness turn to day, and how empty and how petty was the spirit then laid bare. Like her shadows then she shattered, and in silence passed away.
Very timely.
Thank you very much.
Huzzah. And I found my Bardic piece.
Perfect. Then you are up.
Excuse me. Sorry. I wish to tell you the tale of the bold, of hardship and war, and love in the cold. So lend me your ear and pour out the mead. Gather round the fire and hear tell of the deed. On longship we sailed to raid emerald shores. For iron and livestock we took to our oars. By might we claimed them, by axe and by shield, and slaughtered all those by faith who would not yield. One warrior stood proud and cold right of arms, a long strider of old, and full of false charms. He bid me come over, confident in skill, but arrogance his end, he could not kill. I took possession before body cold, of lands and treasure and beauty behold. Words here do fail me, for now I must tell, by Odin's blessing, oh how hard I fell. Warm eyes of honey, lips soft as a cloud, and should I vex her, her voice would grow loud. Hair of live fire and soft supple skin, to leave that all out would be a great sin. At first resistance much anger she had, for to steal her away I must be a cad. But my heart is gave and keys to my home, for no milk-meek maid were she to become. Power and choices, now that all these were hers, no sitting, no pining, mingling with curs, and equal she stands, and with great pleasure I bring her my jewels, my greatest treasure. The time for us came to leave our harsh lands, north to Awertha, where we would stand. A child she gave with mischievous eyes, for here's where we stay the rest of our lives. Now here I must say it's not about me, I'm not the hero, for she set me free. For she holds my heart and guides my way, and thank Odin now that she's home to stay. My dear Astrid, this tale's about you, and all of these things that I have told true. You make me the man that I long to be, so I raise up my horn and now drink to thee.
How sweet.
And she's over here blushing like crazy.
As is only appropriate.
That won me many a coin at the Bardic competition that I entered that in. And a little secret about that piece, I wrote that on the way to the event in about an hour.
Wow.
So my wife
When
is
inspiration
my wife is
strikes.
very inspiring. And I came in second place in the Warlord tournament in that fighting event. So yeah.
Some Bardic pieces just write themselves. It's easier that way.
All right, I'm looking once again, I believe, at a mostly empty list. I will ask the assemblage
I had put
because
my name down the last time you spoke, didn't I? Did I forget to hit enter?
oh no, I'm sorry. I see you again.
Okay.
I was going to ask the assemblage, and I always wish to hear you again, so I will gladly hear you again. But I was going to ask the assemblage if we felt that the ear might have reached its fullness, or if we wish to proceed onward.
I have one more song. That is all I will say.
I hear two more songs. Asa, Ciela, do you want another turn?
I mean, I'm happy to stay, or, we could also, if folks want to turn the stream off, we could always, continue.
I also wanted to ask, would people like us to arrange another one of these in a month or two? I'm seeing lots of head nodding of positive reactions. Okay.
All right then, Corinna, if you will please.
Okay. I will share with you one that I wrote recently on a topic that has touched far too many of us, and offer my apologies to Colin McLear for the piece he wrote when he was second Bard of the West. And some of you will recognize the tune. Will you wear a mask? Will you stay at home? Will you put the pandemic to rest? The shop in our village ran out of flour. Will you wear a mask? Will you stay at home? Will you put the pandemic to rest? A tale we'll bring of a hobby new, and the shop in our village ran out of flour. Will you wear a mask? Will you stay at home? Will you put the pandemic to rest? At Zoom meeting we'll hold our court, and a tale we'll bring of a hobby new. The shop in our village ran out of flour. Will we wear a mask? Will we stay at home? Will we put the pandemic to rest? It's been 8 months since we've had a hug. At Zoom meeting we'll hold our court, and a tale we'll bring of a hobby new. The shop in our village ran out of flour. Will we wear a mask? Will we stay at home? Will we put the pandemic to rest? Just work from home another day. It's been 8 months since we've had a hug at Zoom meeting. We'll hold our coat. A tale we'll bring of a hobby new. And the shop in our village ran out of flour. We will wear a mask, we will stay at home, we will put the pandemic to rest. The SCA has gone online, just work from home another day. It's been 8 months since we've had a hug at Zoom meeting. We'll hold our court, a tale we'll bring of a hobby new. But the shop in our village ran out of flour.
That's amazing.
Sorry, briefly struck speechless. That was beautiful and excellent advice. Cole, I believe you're next.
Excuse me, I'm going to be a little milky because root beer float.
Lover.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Lover. All right. So I guess I wanted to leave the same way that I came in with a shanty. Because you can't go wrong with shanties. I am sure a great number of our populace is familiar with Leave Her Johnny. Or Leave Her Johnny, Leave Her. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to give this one my best attempt. I've actually never sung, I don't think I've sung this one out loud. Okay, I have. It's been a while since I don't remember it. Actually, didn't I sing this one with you at June Crown in the Bardics? Sarah? Kara? I'm butchering your name. Kara. Didn't we? Wasn't this one along with the Mangalay Boat song and Health to the Company? Wasn't this one of the ones we did?
Oh, entirely possible. I spent a lot of June Crown very drunk.
So did I. So, you know. All right. Water. Hail, hydrate. Just as important for singing as it is for fighting. Well, I thought I heard the old man say, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Tomorrow you will get your pay, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is long and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. Oh, the wind was foul and the sea ran high. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. She shipped it green and none went by, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is long and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. I hate to sail on this rotten tub. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. No grog allowed and rotten grub, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is long and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. We swear by rote for want of more. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. But now we're through, so we'll go on shore, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is done and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is done and the winds don't blow when it's time for us to leave her.
Ah. All right. Is that a request to perform, Shola? Then please do. And I believe at that point, after that, we have once again the Palazzo Giordano, and then Asa will sing us out.
I feel like I should redeem myself for having lost the thread on the last song. This is a song that I did, that I performed for and won the Bard of the Oak. And you folk up in Oertha have inspired me to do this tonight. This is an Inuit. This is a song about an Inuit goddess. So I'll give you in brief. The story is her father wants her to marry a man that she doesn't love, and she absolutely refuses to do it, and he loses face in the community. So one day he rows her out into the middle of the ocean, throws her overboard, but she is a strong woman. So she swims up and hangs on to the side of the boat, and he takes his paddle and he breaks her fingers. And as she falls down into the very deep of the ocean, she becomes the goddess of the deep, and her name is Sedna. Sedna roam the deep, the cold forgotten deep. No one wants to be alone. Sedna roam the deep, the cold forgotten deep. No one wants to be alone. From her hands they fell. Children of the ocean swell, with ice's twinkle given sight. She offered them a name, and seals they all became, and laughing took a coat of dappled light. Sedna roamed the deep, the cold forgotten deep. No one wants to be alone. Sedna roam the deep, the cold forgotten deep. No one wants to be alone. From her hands they fell, ever in the sea to dwell, nimble-fingered, quick and light. She offered them a name, and otters they became, keepers of her secrets in the ice. Sedna roams the deep, the cold forgotten deep. No one wants to be alone. Sedna roam the deep, the cold forgotten deep. No one wants to be alone. From her hands they fell, the mightiest of all, slow and gentle as the tides. She offered them a name, and whales they all became. To tread the path the lesser are denied. Sedna roam the deep, the cold forgotten deep. No one wants to be alone. Sedna roam the deep, the cold forgotten deep. No one wants to be alone.
Please send me a copy of that,
Be a very good book.
because that would be a great thing to sing around Oertha in circles.
And once more to the Palazzo Giordano.
There we go. Go, Katla, go.
Okay, I'm gonna gonna be my last one. This is a song I wrote, although Maestro Antonio actually wrote the chorus. And looking at the chorus, I said, God, that would be a great song. So here we go. Summer has outlived the peace, unfurled battle flag. For you shall hunt the enemy, and not the woodland stag. Put aside your falcon brave, as sport gives way to war. Put aside the quiet life, the enemy is at the door. The autumn leaves fell thick and fast, as summer turned to cold. You hunted with the hounds and horse, the horned hart and the doe. But when the hunt was over, a new horn blew the call. For your king had roused his men to arms, and taken you from your hall. Summer has outlived the peace, unfurl the battle flag. For you shall hunt the enemy, and not the woodland stag. Put aside your falcon brave, as sport gives way to war. Put aside the quiet life, the enemy is at the door. Your honor and your brave resolve won you great renown. Your youth and love of battle made you the king's own hound. And now your bonny smile would shine no more on autumn days. The light has left your eyes of blue, your skin is as the clay. For one so fair and young of years, the heart has taken its toll. The enemy proved for stronger than the mighty stag or boar. Summer has outlived the peace, unfurl the battle flag. For you shall hunt the enemy, and not the woodland stag. Put aside your falcon brave, as sport gives way to war. Put aside the quiet life, the enemy is at the door. The autumn leaves fall red and gold, their colors now dimmed in mist. No longer can the memory hold of lips that once I kissed. Your body lies beneath the earth, you ne'er shall hunt again. Since the day the war horn called to you, and made you the king's own man. You here? Everybody here?
And those bits, I believe there's one more from.
Okay, a little background. There was a reign that was troubled by certain factionalism, and a bunch of people decided that the king and queen had done something wrong. And in reality, nobody was really telling the truth because, quite frankly, you can't tell the truth when there is some kind of sanction going on. So it was kind of a one-sided argument. And I had friends on both sides. This is a reference to a poem by Sir Thomas Wyatt, who was a true lover of Anne Boleyn, and he was not one who was executed. He loved her before she met Henry. And when she was executed, he wrote a poem similar to this. Cold autumn wind had chilled my heart. peace and quiet of my world departs. Summer gives way to a season of strife. Eden no more, now desolate and dark. These cold, stormy days have broken my heart. The peace and quiet of my world depart. That which was one, splintered and undone. That happy world whole, now pieces apart. Uncivil strife has sickened my heart. The peace and quiet of my world depart. The bread of my life now tasteless and stale. The wine of my life now bitter and tart. These angry days have pierced my heart. The peace and quiet of my world departs. Like swords and spears, harsh words become weapons. Thoughts and deeds are like arrows and darts. Unrelenting darkness has stilled my heart. The peace and quiet of my world departs. One happy garden now bleak and bereft. Eden no more, now desolate and dark. And for those who remember those days, the king who was my friend is now deceased, and he died far too soon. And I miss him dearly.
Want me to do
Yeah.
one, Ruprecht, or are we?
I'm sorry?
I can do one, or we can go on to the two closing pieces.
If you
Would you
have
rather?
one, please do one. And to be clear, I do not insist that anyone stop. I am while I was not up as early as our dear king, I was up quite early and spent a full day of unexpected work. So it is less that you need to stop as I need to pause. And
I think wrapping it up after the next, I think we had 2 pieces left. Is that right?
if
Or
we have
3?
one more,
Yeah,
we have
it would be 3 if I did one, Your Majesty.
Then let's wrap it up after these 3, and we'll just schedule another Bardic.
Perfect.
That sounds like a plan. This is one that I believe that when Rolinda and Dresden up in Ortha got married, this was sung at their wedding. So yeah, love song. Something a little bit lighter. Oh, I gotta capo that up. Too tall. I know. Of all of the flowers in my garden green, I wait for the one rose that rarely is seen. I cannot attend it, nor watch as it grows. I wait for the blooming of my winter rose, for she loves the crystal, the ice and the frost, and she finds all the secrets that others have lost. And when deep in silence no common flower grows, it's there I find blooming my one winter rose. Flowers are standing inside the great hall. Their fragrance is cherished by one and by all. We braid them in wreaths to bring crowns in our hair, or toss them on high to fragrance the air. And when all the blossoms are withered and dry, I turn from the loss of the flowers that have died. For there 'neath the blanket of slumbering snow comes blooming and smiling my one winter rose. And when winter comes begging the streets of the town, and the winds are alive with a bell ringing sound. The people do wonder why I may be seen walking through gardens that once were so green, though the winter world may grow colder with each breath of frost. I'll remove from the loss of the flowers that have lost. For beneath the blanket of snow, I found what I've wished for, as everyone knows. In the blooming and caring of my winter rose, for he loves the crystal, the ice and the frost, and he shares all the colors on the flowers that have lost, but they're deep in silence. I can't keep all the words on one page. So yes, yay, I'm done.
Thank you very much. Ciela?
So I think that we mentioned earlier, like I think that when Her Majesty was made our crown princess, she was not expecting the weight of what this reign has become. And there's something that I always enjoy remembering the songs of those who came before us as great bards. And I sang this one during my tenure as Bard of the West. It was not written by me, as all of you will know as soon as I start singing it. But it is definitely something that speaks to the amazing strength of our king and queen, and I hope that you enjoy the performance. The battlefield is silent, the shadows growing long. Though I may view the sunset, I'll not live to see the dawn. The trees have ceased to rustle and the birds no longer sing. All nature seems to wonder at the passing of a king. And now you stand before me, your father's flesh and blood, begotten of my sinews on the woman that I loved. So difficult the birthing, your mother died that day, and now you stand before me to bear my crown away. The hour is fast approaching when you come into your own, when you take the ring and scepter and sit upon the throne. Before that final hour when we each must meet our fate, pray gaze upon the royal crown and marvel at its weight. This cap of burnished metal is the symbol of a land supporting all we cherish, the dreams for which we stand. The weight you'll find is nothing if you hold it in your palm. The burden of the crown begins the day you put it on. See how the jewels sparkle as you gaze at it again. Each facet is a subject whose rights you must defend. Every point of light a burden you must shoulder with your own. And mighty is the burden of those who sit the throne. The day is nearly ended. My limbs are growing cold. I can feel the angels waiting to receive my passing soul. Keep well for me my kingdom when my memory is dead, and forgive me for the burden that I place upon your head. Long live the Queen.
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 Y'all are making me cry, and we're on a live stream.
We have one job, Your Majesty.
It's because we love you, Your Majesty.
In it. Thank you, Ciela. That was beautiful.
You're very welcome.
Issa?
Is frozen.
She appears
No, she's
frozen
not.
in mid-clap.
Oh dear.
We see you.
Okay.
We can hear you, though.
That's good. If this is the last piece of the night, which it seems it is, I wanted to send you all off with an acknowledgement of the darkness we currently find ourselves in and a spark of light to carry with you as we go forward in our lives. When darkness falls throughout the land, and dread has choked us where we stand with fearful claws of bright biting frost, and hope is faint and small and lost, and flees our grip like slipping sand. Though nothing goes the way we planned, and all the world by night seems spanned, now this is how the dice are tossed when darkness falls. Bend not your ear to dread's command, but make a light, a flaming brand, then tend it. Let it not exhaust. And as our fearful hearts unfrost, we'll pass this light from hand to hand when darkness falls.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
I was about to say, I hope that
When Uther and I, His Majesty and I discussed hosting this, we wanted to do something special, one for the bards, but also just for the kingdom, to bring levity and seasonal joy. It is that time of the year, and a lot of us are having to break our normal traditions, and we don't get to be with the people we would normally be with right now because of events in the mundane world, and that's hard. This is this year Thanksgiving. This was the first time I did not go home to see my parents in many, many years. And that was a very difficult decision, but I made it because I wanted to keep them safe so that we would have future holidays together. And I know that we are all faced with those decisions. And I am so grateful that you all came and joined us tonight and entertained not just His Majesty and I and each other, but other people in the kingdom. All evening, people have been watching the YouTube live stream. I don't know if you're aware of that, but you've been entertaining the populace and bringing joy to more than just the people that we see on our little screen right here. And for that, I am incredibly grateful. So thank you all so much. And we will definitely have to do another circle or more than one in the future. Thank you.
And thank you, Your Majesty. And let me add my thanks to everyone who performed here and to everyone who listened, because there are a few sadder things than a bard without an audience. So you also serve who only stand and listen. Thank you all for coming, and go well, be well, and we shall meet again soon.
Bye, everyone.
Stay safe.
Love you and miss you all.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Wonderful
Good
to see all your
night.
faces.
Long live the king and queen of of the West.
Yes, the West.
Long live the King and Queen of the West.
Long live the King, Queen of the West.
you.
Huzzah! Huzzah!
Huzzah! Long live the King and Queen of the West. Hip hip.
Huzzah! Huzzah!